Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Very Reasonable Pilots Podcast. I'm your host, Charles. Along with me, as always, is my co-host, editor, producer, and big birthday boy, Jacob Gloth. How are you doing today, Jacob? Would you like to tell the audience how old you've turned now that it is your birthday today? That has become your birthday on this very day?
That's not true.
No, it's not.
No, I think I'm good, honestly.
Okay.
I'm just gonna keep that to myself.
He's 47.
Yep, 47.
47 years
I'm
old.
doing all right, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Getting through. Surviving. What about you?
Well, I've been not thinking about this episode all week because I've been very, very nervous because this is the 40th episode. This is the recording of the 40th episode. And every 10 episodes, if newer audience members don't know, every 10 episodes we will come up with a TV show off the top of our heads. Off the top of the dome, mate. Off the top of the dome. No backing by anything whatsoever. Except for
no money. Usually we get a bunch of money.
Yeah.
But this time, no money.
And the only backup we have is this sweet jazz that's playing right now. You're welcome.
Yeah, but just for you. It doesn't play for us.
No.
I guess we could play it independently. It'd be kind of nice, you know? I don't think you're timing it right at all. Alright, I'm gonna just cut you doing that.
That's fair.
Alright. Well, I guess we gotta figure out what we're gonna do. So, in the past, we did Ivan Illich, right? That was sort of like a...
That was the first one.
Victorian and then World War and sort of like that area.
Yeah, and then
We did...
Greek gods in the post-apocalypse.
That was a weird one.
That one was fun. I enjoyed that one.
We did a wizard and a demon, also pretty strange. We did a lot of past.
Yeah,
you know?
we should do the future.
I don't think we've done the future.
Space-time.
Okay, I guess we can do the future.
Space-time. Space-time continuum.
All right, are we going to stick with our tried, true, and tested formula for coming up with space shows, which involves a crew and a mission?
You say one word, and I'll say another word, and that will be the name of the ship. How's that?
The name of the show?
The name of the ship.
The ship? Oh, we're actually doing a ship. Oh,
yeah,
damn.
They're in a spaceship, and so I'll say one word, and you say the next word, and then that'll be the name of the ship. Okay? Off the top of your head. 3,
It's a random
2,
word.
1. The Greasy...
Plum.
There we go. The Greasy Plum. We've got our ship name. It's the Greasy Plum. And I think we have to... The ship should be like a weird, like, kind of off purple. Like a plum.
Yeah. It's, like, pretty dirty, too. I can imagine this isn't a very nice-looking ship. It's
No.
kind of...
It's greasy. And plum-shaped. Maybe it always smells like plums. They're like, we don't know why. It just smells like plums in here. I don't even know if plums have a smell. I've said plum so many times it sounds I've plumbed the depths of the word plum.
Yeah.
I'd like...
Okay. I think I have an idea for the beginning.
Okay.
Do you know in the video game Outer Worlds, right?
Yes.
You get the ship because somebody else is squashed by, like, your pod or whatever.
Yeah, your escape
I like
pod.
the idea of somebody, like, meeting, like, the owner of the ship and be like, hey, how's it going? And then them just dying. And I'm like, well, I could take your ship.
Yeah.
I mean, it's here. It could be mine.
Maybe like
So
a
we should have our
valet.
principal character meet, like, an extremely cool, well-tested, strong, valiant captain.
Played by Chris Pratt.
Chris Pratt.
Even if it's
I would have
animated.
gone with like somebody that like just oozes like I'm actually the protagonist of this story.
Chris Pine.
Like we have Brad Pitt.
No, Chris Pine.
Chris Pine would work.
Yeah.
So Chris Pine, he's the captain of this ship. We'll call him
Captain Steel. Nuts.
Captain Steel.
Captain Steel Nuts.
Okay, so we've got a bit of comedy in this show, all right?
Yeah.
So Captain Steel Nuts.
SN.
He lands his ship in the middle of like a savannah
Maybe
or something.
No, he lands his
And
ship
our main-
in a casino.
In a casino?
Like on a casino planet. He like in the best Star Wars movie. He lands his ship on the casino planet, and our main character...
I'm imagining him or her as like a grifter, you know?
Zach...
Conman.
Conman. This is a name. Conman.
Zach Connor.
Oh, can we call him... How about Guy? I always like the name Guy. Guy Conman. Guy Conman.
Yep, Guy Conman.
Yeah.
Just straight to the...
And he is working in the casino as a valet driver because he got caught cheating. And he was given an ultimatum. They either break his legs and, you know, he goes, or he works off the amount of money that he stole from them. Yeah. So he's working as valet.
Maybe he's working the valet. Mm-hmm. Captain Steele Parks tosses him the keys. Says some like cool one-liner.
Like keep the engine warm for me, and he tosses the keys, but he's paying attention to the keys, so he accidentally like, you know how when you're getting off a train, they're like, be careful. There is a space in between the end of the train.
Oh, mind the gap.
Yeah, mind the gap. Thank you very much. And he's like, keep her warm for me, short stack, and then
and falls.
Yeah, and then he just falls into like a radioactive sea. That's where the casino is. It's the casino planet is
it's like a floating city above the sea.
Above a sea, so you can't escape the casino.
Ah, I see. Okay.
And and it's like, keep her warm for me, short stack. Ah!
Damn, your voice kind of makes me think that the captain should be the dude from the B movie.
What's his name?
I don't know his name.
Brock Sampson. Patrick Warburton. Patrick Warburton. Keep her warm for me, short stack. Peter. Joe from.
Yeah, Patrick Warburton.
Yeah, Patrick Warburton.
So maybe him, because he's got like a decent, you know, strongman face, but he's got that voice that's kind of just like a little bit funny.
His voice is just it sounds like his natural speaking voice sounds like somebody's impression of like a big heroic guy, you know?
Yeah.
That's what he sounds like. So I think, we are we doing a live action or are we doing animated? Let's just say
sure, live action.
Action. We have infinite budget. We have $60 million to make this show.
This is gonna be like a fucking Star Wars level project.
Yeah, like this. Okay, for 2 seasons, we are given a budget of $200 million. We're given the same budget as Batman v Superman: Dawn of Justice. So,
like, I don't know how money is spent, so I'm just gonna say ideas and hope that it's within the budget. So the number ain't gonna really matter.
Yeah.
So we've got our character.
Mm-hmm.
He has the keys now to this ship.
Yeah.
And
the guards.
The captain is dead.
Yeah. Maybe he like our guy is handing him the pass. Like he's got a pass printed out for him with like his identification or genetic stuff on it, so he can like go anywhere and you pay for him before you get to the casino. So our Guy Conman is handing. I just love that if his name goes on any government like piece of paper, it's Conman Guy.
Conman Guy.
That makes me laugh.
That's great. I didn't think about that. So he's handing them the little slip, right?
Yeah, and he like falls down, dropping the keys. So our guy's got like, okay, I have his card to swipe to get into his ship because I have his genetic material on this. It's like his fingerprint or whatever. And I have his keys. And the guard who's been, keeping an eye on me, just went off for a wicked shit. So I have maybe 5 minutes.
Yeah, so he's thinking this all in his head, like I could leave right now.
Yeah, or maybe
his term for like being a valet is insanely long too. Like he has to be a valet for 20 years or something.
Or it's like you will be a valet
like
until
years.
You pay off your debt. And it's like, all right, how much do I owe? With compound interest. Adding all of the time spent working with you, what we spent, you owe about $16 billion. So we would calculate your work, stay, until the end of the known universe. Does that sound good? All right, great. Here you go. Here's your car key. Here's the you put these numbers in. That's to clock in. All right, have a good one. Thank you. Till the sun explodes. That's when you'll be working with us. So he's just like, maybe he's got some sort of like chip implanted in him that like they keep an eye on him through that. But I'm thinking maybe you do it in a place that's, maybe he's got a chip implanted in his pinky.
So he just cuts off his pinky. So
it's like a scene. He's got like 2 seconds to decide the guard's walking back, and he's just like slashes his pinky off with a knife, and it's like, let's go.
Gets in the ship, and maybe I like how also in the Outer Worlds there's like an AI in the ship. Mm-hmm. So you think we should do an AI in the ship, or do you think he's just gonna like fly off and be alone?
I think
until we get some companions. I
think we give one robot that lives on the ship that was like working for Patrick Warburton.
Oh, like there's like a cleaning robot or something, but maybe it's got a bit of personality. Mm-hmm. And maybe the cleaning devices are
like automated.
Like, you know how like some like cleaners are like very toxic and acidic.
Yeah.
So like they could really be used as weapons. Mm-hmm. So if this robot gets into a fight, he can just like wipe the floor with you because he's quite literally.
Maybe he's got like an arm that like different like spouts come out of it, and he can shoot acids out of his hands or something. I don't know.
Yeah, and maybe while it's fighting, it just gives off like like cleaning protocol liners that are like desanitizing the specimen. Mm-hmm. Scrubbing this specimen as it's like spinning like a rotatory like scrubbing brush thing, but like the bristles are like extremely tough, so it's
like
just
steel wool, and it's like
going through someone.
You could like sand a guy's face off.
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be great. And maybe he's like, he acts really nice. He's a super nice guy, but he has the robot, I mean, but he has no loyalty because he's just like, our previous owner has been terminated, and you are now our current owner. Hello, master. How are you doing today? Can I get you anything? A cup of coffee, perhaps? And he's just like, all right, if you all die, I couldn't care less. But maybe as the season goes on, he grows a little bit fond of them. And I think maybe there's droids that like go around the ship cleaning it. Like, I don't know, maybe they have nanobots that go out and suck up all the bad juju, and he controls them, kind of like how Sleeping Beauty controls the birds with his song. You know, they just kind of follow him around and
they do it. He says,
yeah.
I gotcha.
But they can't talk.
So they're like an extension of him, but they're not really him.
Yeah, they're like, they have their own little personalities, but they're all listen to him.
Okay.
And maybe we cut, like, after he gets away, and like that's the first 10 minutes of the show, is that, and then hard cut, like he blasts off, hard cut, title, hard cut, 6 months later, a year later, he's in a bar, you know, playing Baccarat with a giant alien monster. He's got a eye patch.
Yeah.
You know, like it's far along. Maybe we've got one extra person. Like he's taken somebody on who's already on the ship.
Yeah. I like to imagine the eye patch, like, because we're doing a comedic show. Mm-hmm. There isn't actually like a scar there.
No, it's
like his eye's fine.
Yeah, he wears the eye patch and it's got an X-ray thing in it, so he can look at everybody's cards with just the one eye.
Ah, yeah, I see. But like the other eye, that has like the X-ray power, is like really obvious if you can see it. You're like, oh shit, that's an X-ray eye.
Yeah,
we know that because it's like got that blue tint.
He's just got a gigantic like metal eyeball implanted in his head that's like got a bright red light on it, so he has to wear the eye patch over it so nobody notices.
Yeah, but if you're kind of close, you can sort of like see the light illuminating from it. You're like, huh, wait a second.
Or you can just, everywhere he goes, there's just a little, whenever he turns on the X-ray part, there's just a, like a low.
Yeah, it's like kind of loud. And like,
huh. Is the fan broken? What is that? But it just works as a normal eye, and he can turn off the X-ray thing, so it doesn't always make that noise. I think that would, yeah.
Okay, so he's
our character.
He's in this
Guy Conman.
like bar or something playing baccarat. He maybe has a second character. You said maybe he has like a
an engineer,
like a Chewie-esque character, like a Chewbacca,
like a
friend,
co-pilot. Maybe a co-pilot who actually knows how to fly the plane. You know, actually like
fly the spaceship.
And he's just like, do a 40-second maneuver, and the co-pilot's like, that doesn't fucking mean anything. and he's just like, okay, fine, yeah. But yeah, maybe a Chewie-esque.
So should she be human, or should be some sort of weird alien thing that we just make up now?
Maybe she is human, but like a human that doesn't believe in biomechanics. She's like, oh, that's horrible, but he's got all these different cybernetic parts. You know?
Mm-hmm.
It's like the space version of being a
so
vegan.
she's really... Yeah, okay.
She's like, oh, I would never get an implant that, the Lord made me the way he wanted, or whatever. That sort of thing. And she's kind of like anti-biological technology, but she's a crack pilot.
We'll call her Piper. Piper the pilot.
Piper the pilot.
So she's a... Okay. How did they meet, though? Like, how did maybe he hired her because he didn't know how to fly the ship? That's how they originally got together. Well, he was like flying the ship, and we could do like a flashback scene, and he's like flying the ship, and he like doesn't really know what he's doing, which is fine when you're out in like the big space, because like you're not gonna hit anything.
It's like driving on the highway versus driving like in a parking lot.
Yeah.
Very different skills.
But then he stops at like an asteroid gas station. I imagine there's asteroid gas stations in this universe.
Oh, yeah.
Possibly the gas station is your one from that other show.
Oh my god, yes!
But like he doesn't go inside, but it's obviously the same front of the
Maybe
the,
the van from the other show is like parked at the back. There's smoke coming out of the top.
Maybe you can see some of the characters in the background, but like in live action form.
In a fist fight.
Yeah. And then, so like maybe he'll crash into the gas station and like do some damage, and that's how he meets Piper, who's like a mechanic or something, and she like just starts screaming at him because he fucking destroyed her like little mechanic's hut outside the gas station.
Yeah, or maybe it's like he saves her life, so she feels like she owes him, so that's why she sticks around even though he does things that she doesn't like.
Yeah, okay.
And he's a con man, so he's like happy to take advantage of her, willingness to come with him and help out. So she's like, I owe you a life debt, and I can't leave your side until I have repaid it. And he's like, okay, that's fine.
That's fine with me.
Yeah.
Maybe it was like an accident that he saved her too, because we don't want to make it seem like he's, this virtuous person.
Yeah. Yeah.
So maybe
he crashes into the... I like the idea that like he crashes something that causes her to become in danger, and then he saves her, but doesn't tell her that he was the reason in the first place. Because maybe they could reveal that later on or something. Like maybe he's like flying through space and he doesn't know how the ship works. And he just presses a button and like a laser is fired off and like blows up like half of her space shack, and she's like, "Oh no, I'm floating towards the end of the end of the oxygen field that's generated here. If I go out of the oxygen field, I'll fucking choke to death and die." And he's just passing by. He's like, "Oh shit, I just blew up her house. Should probably go see if anyone survived or if they're like nice." And he flies up and it's like, "Hey, you want some help?" He just throws a rope down.
Yep, and she gets in, and then the life debt thing, and she's been helping him ever since.
Yeah.
And so we go back to, like, the gambling game then, I guess. And maybe, he's playing, gambling away most of his money, trying to use the X-ray thing when he can.
Yeah, and she's, like, maybe the ship has been damaged in some way. And they're like, oh, we just flew it through a giant space worm and now it's covered in gunk. We need it to be fixed up and cleaned. And she's like haggling with a guy outside while Guy is, you know, sitting in a smoky bar with a bunch of weird aliens and, you know, not nice looking people. And then we have to have something happen.
Yeah, so maybe they notice his X-ray eye because it makes really loud noises, and he just like want a big hand.
Yeah, and he's like, all right.
Maybe the fan like is going into like really high gear, so it's like really loud, and somebody notices it, and then they chase him, and he's running towards the ship or whatever to get away.
Yeah.
We can have some last minute exit where he's like, "You start the ship." It's like the scene in Indiana Jones where he's yelling, "Start the plane."
Start the plane. What? Start the plane.
We just see him running like through like a big street with like tons of people chasing him and shooting at him.
Or maybe it's like he's you get that thing where it's like a huge like 9-foot tall alien comes over and picks him up like by the scruff of his neck and like holds him off the ground, and as like he raises up his fist to punch him in the face, our guy like triggers something, or maybe it's just like he triggers like an asteroid to hit like the bar, or like a small he triggers like a small explosive he had planted earlier like in the bathroom that would distract everyone. So he like triggers it and the explosive goes off in the bathroom, and like the guy who's holding him is hit in the face with a toilet seat. And like he falls down and he just he like books it, and everybody's like, that was wait, where the fuck is he going? And he's like, and he's doing just a bunch of stuff. He's running. Maybe he runs into a person. He runs into our third character. Somebody who's not a Conman or a rough and tumble space mechanic. They are
I think it should be like an alien character. We got 2 humans already. Yeah. We got a robot.
I was gonna say a goldfish.
A goldfish?
Yeah, goldfish. He's got like this anti-gravitational thing that keeps water, in a certain radius. And he just lives in that and like controls a robot body.
Wait. It's a big goldfish. Oh, okay,
no, it's just a regular sized goldfish.
No, but like it's got like a body. It's not just a goldfish in a little bowl that's useless. It's got like a robot body.
Yeah.
The goldfish head.
Yeah. Maybe the goldfish head is like in this floating orb of water.
Yeah.
That you can like put on stuff, and then he gains control of it.
Oh. Yeah. Maybe you could make it in the same universe as your other show.
Dolphin
that had
High
like
School.
The one with the scientist that was in a dog.
Oh, yeah.
So this is also a scientist in a goldfish.
Is that Falling Up?
I think that's... no, it's something backwards. No, maybe it is Falling Up. I think it is Falling Up, yeah.
Okay. Yeah. But, yeah. I think maybe a goldfish that's, like, very trusting. Because it's a goldfish. This is the first time it's been out of the Atlantic Ocean. You want to do this actually as a goldfish rather than like a person that is in a goldfish. No, it's like an actual my family accidentally like left me. I was bought by a 7-year-old girl while she was in Mexico, and my family accidentally left me in the hotel room. So I was shot into space, and through a series of crazy adventures, I've ended up here.
Yeah. And I have this robot body now.
Yeah, I have this robot body. It's 100 years in the future. I'm, chilling.
Yep. It's like this military-grade robot mech suit that this goldfish has. And we just don't explain, like, how the goldfish got it. They're like, yeah, he just, I just got it.
Yeah.
They're like, how did you get it? This is, like, really expensive. Like, you needed to steal this from, like, a military warehouse. It's like, sometimes things just fall into your lap.
Yeah, man, you just gotta...
Opportunity strikes.
It's called karma, okay? I do good things happen to me, like my cool robot body. You do bad things happen to you. That's why you only have one eye. And then he's like, it's fake eye patch. And he's like, shit.
Yeah. I like to think that this goldfish, because it's been alive for so long, has like some of the most crazy stories and has like met almost like Like maybe we could have a future scenario where they run into like some mob bosses and they're about to like kill them. Mm-hmm. And he's like, hold up, Goldie? What's up, man? How's it going? It's been a while. He's like, yeah, what's up, scary mob boss dude?
Yeah,
it's been a while. How's Susan? He's like, Susan's good.
She's great.
Kids are doing well.
He's got like, they're like space Russians, and he like, and they like don't see him. They board the ship, and they're like, we gotta get you for your, your debts, Guy. And he's like, oh shit, they're gonna cut off my toes. And then the goldfish just walks out of the shadows, speaking in a really thick, like, a Russian accent, like speaking Russian to them. And he like shows, he shows like on his little fish body, he's got this like tattoo, this gigantic like crucifix tattoo on his back. He's like, I can't speak Russian, but you know what I mean. He's saying some crazy shit. And then they're like, all right, sorry to have bothered you. Grand Warden, we will make ourselves scarce. And he's like, yeah, I'm a Grand Warden of the space, of the Russian space mob. It's no big deal.
It's mainly just an honorary title, to be honest, but it has some perks like the they have to listen to you and such, or like the stipend. Like, it's just like a couple million florms.
Yeah, florms.
I don't know. It's currency is gonna be.
It's fish currency. It's florms.
Forms.
Yeah.
All right. So, how does he meet the fish though? Does he run into him on the runaway from the?
Maybe he like bumps into him when he's running away, and like he can't find the ship because Piper is taking it to a different auto repair place across the planet.
Yeah, maybe like in the beginning. As we're like cutting back and forth between Piper repairing the ship and him, she has like a really big argument with the mechanic and telling him how he's an idiot. And he's like, but you can fucking go somewhere else if you know everything.
Yeah.
It's like, I was like, oh,
she's like, fine, I will. And she like starts it up in a fuss, and she like flies really slowly because it's still not repaired.
Yeah. And there's like smoke and stuff, and you can hear like the like the machines and gears, and there's like gas popping out the side.
Yeah.
Like what's it, like the exhaust in a car, like the get when the exhaust fires. It's like noises like that.
And then so he's running, he can't find the ship, he bumps into this fish guy and drops something. And the fish guy's like, oh, I'm sorry, sir. Here you go, and like drops it, picks him up, and our guy sees that like, oh, he's got a fake body. He's like, hey man, can you do me a favor? And then cuts. The crowd is running past. They see the fish man. It's like, hey, you see this guy? He's got an eye patch and red hair. He has red hair now.
Okay.
We're looking for him. He's a fucking thief. And they're like, and our fish guy's like, yes, sure, certainly. I'll keep an eye out for him. And our guy has been hiding inside of the robot body.
Oh,
so he's just like crunched in. And he's like, thanks, man. Can you just walk me over to that angry-looking woman over there? She's kind of my ride back home. And Fish is like, all right, well, this is cool. We're friends now, and I saved your life twice today because the Russian mob and the guys. So it's you owe me 2 life debts. And I demand in exchange for both those life debts, you let me come on your ship, and we can go on adventures together.
Oh,
it'll be cool. And then our guy will be like, fine. He's only like letting him because he's like, well, if I don't follow through on my life debt, she's not gonna follow through on her life debt.
Oh, I like this like thing of life debts.
Yeah.
Like so there's this big line of life debts. Maybe we could pop in another character that has that as well. That's interesting.
Yeah, and it's like, well, if I don't listen to the life debt I've made with this guy, then she won't listen to the life debt she made with me, and then I'll be out of mechanic. And then maybe Guy has like, he's really good at getting like life debts. Maybe that's his thing. He's just like, I got life debts from everybody.
That's his biggest con, is the amount of life debts he has.
Yeah. It's like, I'll trade you a life debt for something.
For a pack of cigarettes.
Yeah, you got a pack of cigarettes, I'll trade you a life debt for it.
That could be a whole episode, is that he trades he gets a pack of cigarettes for a life debt, and then he has to do something like insane, like He does like some gas station or something.
Yeah.
And he's like, I need you to kill the great bandit leader Bandito who murdered my wife and stole my children. And he's like, oh shit, I really shouldn't have made this.
Maybe,
but at least I got the cigarettes.
Yeah, maybe he goes on that adventure alone. And it's like, you must climb to the top of Mount Zagagarius upon the lava planet Vunos. And there you must destroy the ziggurat with the block. And, like, he is, like, we cut back to him every, like, couple of minutes throughout the episode. And he's just doing this other, like, fucking ridiculous thing, like slaying a dragon or something.
Yeah, it's like all these insane tasks, and maybe there's just like a B story with like
and like
what's it called?
Most of the episode is Piper and the fish getting to know each other.
Yeah, just like having fun or like.
So they're solving a mystery. They're at a gas station, and they're solving the mystery of who stole the beef jerky, the last habanero pepper beef jerky.
Oh my god. Yeah.
And so it's like a whodunit murder mystery style
but it's
episode.
like this really light thing compared to like the crazy shit he's doing. Mm-hmm. And when they meet back at the end,
he's lost
Guy
another
is like
finger.
all like he's like all torn up and like tired, and he's got like scorch marks on him. And they're like, oh my god, you will not believe what we did today. We found the pepper.
It turns out we left the last pack of habanero pepper beef jerky was behind the fridge the whole time.
Yeah.
And he's like, fucking great. Congratulations, you guys. Did you at least get me the Cheez-Its? And they're like, fuck, I knew I forgot something.
Yeah, I forgot something.
And I'm like,
Is that how we end the show every
yeah.
time? We got the Looney Tunes thing.
That's all. Fucks.
No.
Yeah.
I guess that would fit. Man, so we need to get this picked up by Warner Bros. Then.
Oh, could we? Oh, that'd be great.
Well, we have to. We can't do anyone else because we gotta have that at the end, and then that'll just kind of be confusing. But we'll like throw it into the Looney Tunes verse somehow.
Mm-hmm.
We'll have like a Space Jam episode where they like watch the game.
We have a Space Jam episode where they're like, you have to assassinate Bugs Bunny.
Well, that's too extreme. I think that they would let us do like they go to the game and maybe like at the game, Guy is like trying to like grift people.
Yeah,
or, like
he's
scalping tickets beforehand.
He like places a big bet on the Monstars. Maybe they go back in time and they watch the original game, not the sequel one that's coming out. They watch the original.
But they don't have to go back in time because they're in space.
Oh yeah, they could be whenever.
We can just be like, we can just go.
Yeah, time dilation.
Like, hey, they just found this like rinky-dink planet Earth, and they're gonna make some like animated bunnies play a game with the Monstars.
There's something about balls, and Danny DeVito's there, and Michael Jordan's there, and he's got his Hitler mustache. No, he doesn't, not anymore. Yeah. Sounds interesting. You guys want to go?
Yeah, no, we should probably watch. And maybe like Piper and the fish, Goldie, whatever we're naming the fish, are like just, having a good time.
Can we name the fish Jolene?
Jolene.
Jolene. Jolene, Jolene, Jolene. Or Dolly. Parton.
Dolly.
Yeah.
I like Dolly.
Yeah, I think it'd be funny.
Too long, I think.
Jolene, 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 Jolene. Do you not know that song? It's Jolene.
I do know that song.
By Dolly Parton.
Sing it though.
Which time?
The first and the second.
Okay. Yeah, just check them. Yeah. And the series finale the series will end, the season will end with our three main characters coming into the real world and beating the shit out of both of us.
Yeah.
Okay, that's how
maybe like the big overarching plot can be Guy's casino debts.
Mm-hmm.
And he's continuously throughout the plot. Maybe we have like a side villain character. We'll call him
like Inspector
Pietro.
Claw.
We got Pietro, the casino boss, who's like hunting
but he's this tiny little fragile man. He's like
he's like a short, probably like a
he looks like
5'4", crime boss dude. He's like kind of skinny, and he's got like his big henchman with him all the time. Like
they carry him around in a papoose.
And Dirt.
Bert and Ernie.
Bert and Ernie.
If we're going with henchmen. Warner Brothers, we should go full balls to the wall with it, and get like Elmo to be the big mob boss. There's a race of space people that all look like Sesame Street characters.
Maybe, but that could be like one planet. I kind of want the villain to be somewhat serious. Like I think throughout the show, you could have it like as. Like in the beginning, it's serious, but like through the middle, it's kind of like, Guy doesn't even know they're chasing him.
Yeah.
Like
it's like
they just like conveniently get away or like knock them away each time. Maybe like Guy like recognized them. He's like, hey, Bert and Ernie, how's it going? And they like have like a conversation.
They're like passing each other because maybe Bert and Ernie don't know that they're looking for Guy. They're just looking for
they know.
a
It's
guy.
just they're really stupid.
Maybe somebody's like, we're looking for Guy, and they're like, we're looking for a guy. His name, I didn't get his name, but he's a guy. I know that. That's the one thing I remember.
And they're telling this to Guy, and Guy's like, I don't know, man. Yeah.
Well, whoever
he's like,
well,
tell Pietro I said hi. And then they like walk away, and Pietro's like, all right, I couldn't find him over there. And they're like, oh yeah, I don't know. We ran into Guy though, and he said hi. But we couldn't find the dude you were looking for.
Sorry.
Like, Guy is the dude I'm looking for.
Guy is the guy. God damn it! He told us to tell you hi and to tell you sorry about your sister. It's like, what's wrong with my sister? And then he gets like a phone call, and it's just like his sister crying, and it's like she just got stood up by Guy, who had a one-night stand with her. But I think Pietro, our boy, he needs to have like a really, really like intimidating, scary guy like face, like Mark Strong.
Oh, but like a shitty voice. Is that what you're saying?
No, like really like scary from the neck up, and his voice is really scary. But
he's just got the little
his body is like, you remember Mr. House from Fallout New Vegas?
Yeah, like the shriveled.
Yeah, but he's got like Mark Strong's scary
Christian
face.
Bale in The Machinist. Yeah, it's like that just shriveled pear.
And he's not very tall, and maybe Bert and Ernie like carry him on a papoose like a little baby.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, I think that. Okay. Before I end the show, do you have any final thoughts?
I'm thinking we could have a serious altercation with like the Pietro and the crew near the end, but I don't really know what it should be. The season should end with a big, fight between them.
Maybe it's like Piper finds out that Guy is the one who blew up her house and, nearly killed her and destroyed a bunch of her stuff. But they've become close over the season, so she gets like sad and, takes the ship and just goes away. And Guy is, they finally have caught up with Guy. His back's up against the wall. He's in an alley. He's in like an open space desert, maybe. He's digging his own grave. Pietro's there. He's in his little papoose on Ernie's, chest. It's like bright pink, and it's got flowers and like rainbows and stuff. And Piper, like, dog flies in like Han Solo at the end of A New Hope and like shoots at them. And that gives Guy just enough time to swing around with the shovel he's using to dig his own grave and slap Pietro as hard as he can right in his little frail tiny body.
Yeah.
Just like a balloon popping, but it's full of chicken bones, and you just it's like, all right, well, I guess I don't have to worry about that anymore.
And maybe what's it called? Maybe it starts like he's digging the grave, and then you just hear, Master, would you like to start cleaning protocol 7? He's like, wait, what? It's the bot, and he says yes, and then it just starts like fucking shaving a dude's head off, and then Piper comes in.
Yeah, maybe the bot is the bot has a psychological disorder in which they can't leave the ship. You know how there are those people who can't leave their houses?
Yeah.
Maybe the bot has that, but for the ship. So he can't leave the ship. He gets freaked out in the ending. He gets out of the ship to save his friend, Guy.
Yeah.
And then the fish just gets shot into space again.
What?
I don't know. I think that the show should end with Dolly being like shot back into space to like more adventures await her. And do we have
like she wants to be shot in the face, or like maybe like an accident or something?
It just like put into hypersleep and like Ripley, you know, just in medias res basically, you know.
But does Dolly want this to happen?
Dolly's old enough that she knows it doesn't matter what she wants. The universe will do what it likes, you know. So she's just happy for adventure and friendship.
Who's fucking flushing Dolly?
No one's flushing. Maybe a mountain explodes. Launches her into space. I don't know. Just thoughts. And what's our title? We should come up with a title.
Beyond reason.
The Greasy Plum.
That's the name of the ship, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we could just call it the Greasy Plum. Yeah.
All right. Plums away.
Doesn't really fit the
Plums
name
away.
Of the Plums away.
That's like, great.
Okay.
All right. Well, thank you everyone for listening to the Very Reasonable Pilots podcast. I've been your host, Charles. Along with me, as always, has been my co-host, editor, producer, and big birthday boy, Jacob Gloth. Thank you for listening.
It's not my birthday.
It's not. It is. It's every day is your birthday, Jacob.
I have someone that's been doing that to me for like a week now. Every day they send me a text that says happy birthday.
Oh, happy Mother's Day. It's Mother's Day here. You can find me on Twitter at Charles_Lungs, and you can find the podcast at VRP Podcast on Twitter. You can find us on Instagram, Snapchat. Those are the two you can't find us on. You can find us everywhere else. Spotify. Tell your friends, tell your family, tell your loved ones, tell your toilet friends. And goodbye.
Goodbye.
Toilet friends are friends you make in the toilet, but you never see again. Tell them about us. We'll be there.